A new era dawned on the UFC's featherweight division with pure violence, as an undefeated Spanish superstar broke through with a revolutionary show of power.
He is an A+ striker. He is an A+ grappler.
Wow, ragdolled him. Look at this.
Oh, that's tight.
He tapped, still undefeated.
Ilia Topuria, a legit prospect out of Spain.
He carries this intensity about him that's a little bit different than most of these young fighters. He is sure he will wear a UFC championship belt.
I'm coming for that championship belt.
Ilia Topuria might be the most hated champion in the UFC today. People claim he has cringy trash talk, disrespects the all-time greats, and he's even fought backstage with fan favorites. But despite this, inside the octagon, Ilia Topuria is a wrecking machine. But how does this man become one of MMA's biggest stars?
Everything is so sharp. His technique is flawless. Everything is flawless. His boxing is so dangerous. He's so dangerous everywhere. He's dangerous with submissions. He's dangerous with kicking. He's dangerous. His heart is dangerous.
I think he could be a champ for quite some time. If, even for me, like if I had the opportunity to fight him, I'm looking at it like I got my work cut out for me. Like there's not an easy fight. Like that's just being as honest as it is. Like I know I can punch, but it's not how hard you can hit, man. It's like sometimes you got to be able to take that back. And I think he does a good job with his defense. Even the punches that are landing, he doesn't really get hit too cleanly. And I think a lot of people can watch him and take a lot of notes and see how he's able to take these little tiny steps, cut you off, take these feints, and then unload his combinations and put these people away.
First, let's get to know about his early years. He was born in Germany. He lived there for 7 years, and then we moved to Georgia. To become a fighting great would require great sacrifice. And if that meant the end of a school education in favor of a fighting one, it was a worthy decision. He left the school when he was like 15 years old, because when he was 15 years old, he and his brother talked to his father. They don't want to go to school anymore, but they really want to train, and they were went to go like all day, every day in the gym, and they were going to train because his dream was to get, like so many, a path through fighting found. By the time he turned 23, Ilia was 8-0, had 7 submissions to his name, and became the first ever BJJ black belt to come out of Georgia. Such a pedigree had Topuria recognized quickly by MMA's larger promotions. He arrived at the UFC at 2020. Everything is so sharp. His technique is flawless. Everything is flawless. His boxing is so dangerous. He's so dangerous everywhere. He's dangerous with submissions. He's dangerous with kicking. In a lighter weight class where the vast majority of fighters don't possess that one-punch KO power, Ilia Topuria was an anomaly. The UFC knew they had something special, but would not protect the man with subpar competition as they had done with previous Golden Geese. Topuria's journey isn't as well documented, and his trash talk comes across a little cringy and a little cocky, which has definitely alienated people. If you just fly through the majority of Topuria's victories, there's always a reason why he was the person being booed on his way to the octagon. People liked Reinhold's completely unique style of hunting for leg locks only. Yet Topuria knocked the American out on American soil. Then it was turning England's Jai Herbert lights off in London, finishing Bryce Mitchell when he was an undefeated fan favorite, and dominating Josh Emmett, who the MMA community already had a soft spot for. Putting him up against the formidable knockout artist Josh Emmett was the true litmus test. He's got it better than anybody in the sport. The touch of death. I mean, his power is preposterous.
What I love is that he keeps his hands so dedicated to his face. If you're the person he's fighting, you start looking for spots to get in there. And you realize that, look, if I focus too much on that spot, I'm going to get countered with something. Because he is so controlled. He stays so disciplined with his defense.
I think Ilia Topuria just possesses a balance that I don't think I've really ever seen in mixed martial arts.
Really?
It's a balance of a boxing balance to where I'm able to bounce in and bounce out, reel off combinations, 3-4 punch combinations to the body, to the head, but I'm still able to drop my level and defend a shot.
Yeah.
Get off the hip, wrestle. And so I really haven't seen a fighter kind of like that. in a long, long time.
Topuria was putting on incredible performances, and although not getting the fans, he was clearly getting the recognition. Topuria's plan had succeeded, and come fight week at 298, there was something in the air, a feeling, a hunch, that a new king was to be crowned. Ilia continued to challenge that villainous role, the one he was branded with long ago, and his demeanor spoke of not arrogance, but chilling self-confidence. Obvious comparisons to McGregor's mental dismantling of Aldo so long ago. But in the realm of trash-talking, Volkanovski was mentally resolute, and it would come down to a clash of physical skill sets when the chips were down that would finally dictate the winner. And at the end of the day, he knocked out Alexander and became the UFC champ. And now, against Max Holloway, it's the exact same story. Everyone roots for Max, even more so after his insane last-second knockout of Justin Gaethje at UFC 300. And with almost the entire MMA fanbase wanted Max to recapture his title, naturally, Topuria was to be the villain yet again when he says anything. And yeah, Ilia knocked out Max Holloway like he did to Volk. And the specialty in this was, Max haven't got knocked out before in his entire career. Even Conor or Volk didn't manage to complete that task. But here we go, our new champ done it in a passionate way by his left hand. So, don't you think that Ilia has more knockout power than Conor McGregor? He did the unthinkable, and personally, I think he just surpassed our mystic Mac. But one thing for sure, Ilia can't surpass McGregor in the world of trash talk. Mac is on the another level. But here we go, folks. Now we have a dominant champ who knocked out both Max and Volk. So maybe he will become pound for pound #1 if he climbed the ladder and challenge Islam Makhachev.
It's always been in my mind to move up to the lightweight division and fight for the title. I already move up to that division. I have one fight in the lightweight division. So to be honest, at the same time, everything depends on the UFC, what they want to do with me. If they want me to keep defending the belt in the featherweight division, or maybe I want to get the call and they're going to tell me that they want me to move up in the lightweight division and fight for the title. I will be very happy. And
Topuria should absolutely be a fan favorite, and here's why. In an era of so-called boring champions, Ilia Topuria is the epitome of what MMA fans, and especially the casual fan, wants to see when they tune into a fight. Hardly any wrestling, guaranteed fireworks, and a good chance you're going to see someone go to sleep. Some of the biggest annoyances fans have against many fighters today is the fact that they play it safe, wrestle too much, and don't look for the finish. This is a hardcore fan, whereas Ilia Topuria is the complete opposite of that. Why you guys don't love him instead of hating him? And one thing for sure, we can name him as the Mini Mac.